the Tan Talk Radio Network.
What's up, guys? This is Justin the Highlight Gaethje, and you're about to get KO'd by Knockout Radio.
Hi, we are back coming to you live from the Cool Breeze AC broadcast facility, brought to you by 8 Man Strong, Bucked Up Energy Drink, and Staff Zone. CFFC last week, UFC last week. Which one do you want to touch base on first?
I said it. You were on vacation. I said Bilal Muhammad's going to win, and nobody believed me. My friends didn't believe me. I said, look at the guy. He's ready. He's finally ready. He's going to get his shot, and he won.
I'd rather talk about the fighter, the undefeated fighter that has since been released by the UFC. And in Dana White's beauty, he said, yeah, the PFL is going to get a really good fighter.
Who got released?
I couldn't get his name. I don't know. Yeah, like 6-0, 7-0. He got in a. There was a disagreement with the fighter that he was going to fight, and I guess he headbutted him, and then he punched him in the.
Yeah, it was a sucker punch.
In the lobby. And,
yeah, he was another Muhammad.
Yeah,
I know who you're talking about. Yeah, well, again,
you're going to fight the guy anyway. Why would you even?
It's silly. It's just silly how guys let their emotions get.
Then they hugged it out after the fight. They're all best friends after the fight.
I was watching the whole, like, you know how you get caught up in videos, Randy, when you're online and you suddenly you're like half an hour and an hour goes by and you're just watching videos. Well, I came across Conor McGregor versus Khabib, and when Conor threw the what do you call that thing?
The dolly.
Randy was there.
Yeah, the hand truck at the bus, and he looked like an insane person, and I'm sure he regrets that. He must regret that.
He doesn't regret it.
Randy was there. He was like the
Were
door.
You on the bus?
You don't know the story?
No, you got to tell the story. Randy he could have let the guys in to throw.
So I was standing.
You're the guy who they kept saying open the door, open the door?
Yeah, they were yelling to me to open the door.
I did not know you were there.
And I turned and looked, and I saw a big commotion, and I'm like, I'm not going to open the door. I mean, it's just like me letting, some schmo.
Like Matt,
at $1 or something.
I let myself in.
So, zero. And then one of Connor's guys went and opened the door for him, and all hell broke loose. I followed him to the elevator.
Wow.
Where then he went down, and then he followed him to jail.
Yeah, I was his bunkmate.
Wow.
We got out of the precinct at the same time.
I got photos that I've since deleted. We'll just put it that way.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Why did you get arrested?
I didn't go to jail. No, I went to the jail, though.
He did go to the jail.
I wanted to go see where he went to jail, like with the precinct.
Oh, that's cool.
So
that's actually what an intrepid reporter would do.
Yeah.
Well, no, a real reporter would have ended up in jail with him.
I tried to get in.
More than just, him pretending and taking photos outside. Connor! Remember me, Connor? I was there.
But, yeah, I mean, that whole lead up to that Khabib fight was crazy.
Well, and we saw all the stuff, we were in the hotel, when all that, with Artem and the whole 9 yards, and a gimmick, I'm sure part of it.
Part of it, yeah.
But still, for him to get on a plane and fly over with all of his guys, is more than just a gimmick. He came for a reason.
Yeah.
And he is a lunatic. And now he's a very wealthy, formerly homeless lunatic.
Well, he just got... You saw me shut this off. You saw me shut that off.
Rookie. Here I've been telling everybody you're the pro of this group.
He was.
Well, I'm not an Android guy. Like, this is an Android. It's on silent. Anyhow. On an iPhone, I could just flick the switch down, and it doesn't do that. And this is an Android, and I'm not an Android guy, which everybody says.
Apparently you are.
Apparently you are.
I am now.
We appreciate you giving it an effort. Thanks for coming by.
Thank you, Mike. It's been a nice 4 weeks to have you on the show.
That didn't last long.
All right, so where were we before you quit?
Well, we were talking about, you said he's a lunatic now. Oh, I was going to say he just got let off on charges of reckless driving, and the judge wanted to give him jail time for that 2022 incident, and today the headlines are the judge let him.
Where was that incident?
Ireland.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah.
I'm sure you know some of the same stories I know.
Yes, I do.
Wow.
And those stories would be, allegedly, for legal reasons, he'll never do jail time. He'll never do anything in the country of Ireland.
Yeah.
He has some pretty big backers.
Yeah, he's got some. Yeah, he's got good lawyers and
good politicians.
Those lawyers represent a lot of people.
Exactly. All right, so let's. You talked about the main event, co-main event. Tom looked pretty impressive.
He's incredible, and I was again, talking about earlier, and I was so
I'm sorry.
impressed with his post-fight interview and how respectful he was to Curtis Bleeds. Just such a really, I want to see this man go way above and beyond. I want to see him make millions of dollars because he's just a nice guy.
But Mike, did you really believe that Curtis Blades was going to win that fight?
Yeah.
I mean, because he was.
Did you really think he was going to win that fight?
Complaining about
No.
the time.
I mean, I was going to say, I'm tired of hearing that.
And complaining. Like, no way in hell he was going to win that fight. Absolutely not. Like, before he even got in there, he defeated himself before he
That's
even.
true, but we've all seen it. Anything can happen in a fight.
No.
And I'm just really impressed with Aspinall, and he's calling out John Jones, and Jones is fighting Stipe. People are thinking that when Aspinall said, I spoke with the boss, and how would you like me to fight John Jones? And everybody interpreted that as he's going to cancel the Stipe fight. That's not going to happen. He's going to fight Stipe.
Dana said that. Dana said that the winner of the Aspinall fight will fight the winner of Stipe and John Jones.
I don't necessarily like the way he used the petrol to harden his knuckles to give him an advantage. I'm not a big fan of Aspinall for that fight strategy, but I do like how he proposed a tournament style for the 4 fighters to fight for the heavyweight strap. I do like that. Do you think we could go back to the original inception of the
I don't
UFC
think so.
and have multiple fights?
It won't be sanctioned. It won't be sanctioned.
Now, it'll never happen the way it did before.
Yeah.
They could possibly have 1 fight 4 and 2 fight 3 on November 9th, and then come February, those 2 winners
Correct.
fight.
But that's why it will never be an Olympic sport, right? I mean, that's
Well, it
why
can't be.
That's why the UFC or MMA.
It's called MMA.
Well, yeah, but that's why they could never make it an Olympic
Correct.
sport,
Right.
Because unless you did a tournament style.
But you can't. Because, first of all, you have to win at all cost. Back in tournament, don't tell me Mark Coleman went at all cost at UFC 11 because he knew that he was going to flow through all the way to the finals. You can't do that in the Olympics. Dana wants to say, I want to see you this, I want to see you that. But if you know you have another fight that afternoon or 3 fights that day, you're not going balls to the wall.
And you're going for your license here in the state of Florida on the Athletic Commission.
I am.
So if somebody gets concussion, they're not allowed to fight for 60 days. They're not even allowed to train for 60 days. So you're telling me you're going to have 4 fights in one night? It's never going to happen again. And don't forget, the first UFC
fights.
was in a town in Denver where there's no Athletic Commission. It wasn't even sanctioned.
It would just be 2 fights, though. I mean, you have the tournament draw,
It doesn't
and then
matter.
the winner of
You
each
get hit in the
fights for
head,
the
you're
title.
not allowed to fight again. Not even allowed to go in a gym.
They got alternating rounds.
Or you just have the Olympics on an Indian reservation
Exactly.
where there is no commission.
Now, if the fights were to be like the Olympics, which country has the best fighter right now in the heavyweight division? Brazil?
I'm going to say the U.S. because they have John Jones.
You still think John Jones is the GOAT right now? Still the best?
Until he loses, yes.
But if you ask me who's got the best kickboxers, I'd say the Netherlands. If you're talking about a specific,
And if you're going to say who has the best jiu-jitsu, I'm going to say Brazil.
Exactly. And
That's the whole object
and
of
the
what
best boxers, you could say Mexico, or you could say Cuba, actually.
Didn't a Swede beat John Jones, though? Wasn't Gustafsson?
He didn't beat him.
If you go back and watch that fight, with objective eyes,
he did not win. No.
Not favoritism.
Now,
fanboy.
I'm not a fanboy. I could care less.
It was a close fight, but John Jones won that fight.
Now, hold on a sec. But John Jones did lose, in my opinion, to an American. Because I thought Dominic Reyes won that fight, as did every single media person that was in the media room. Yeah. But that's not how it plays out. Now, I do want to get very vocal because this bothers me that John is, reaching out to Dana, reaching out to the commission. Now that those strikes are legal, the 12-6 strike is legal, he wants the DQ taken off his record. It was illegal when you did it. Just like they wanted people to get let go out of prison because it's now not. It was illegal when it happened.
Well, Matt,
he has a loss. Now I do have. Let me just vent real quick. Okay. I do have an issue with it's a DQ on him, and I just spoke to Abdul this morning, but that was a no contest. It needs to be consistent. I mean, they both need to be DQs or they both need to be no contest. What's one got to do with the other?
What's the difference for the non-fight fan? What's the difference between the two?
The referee.
Yeah, the referee. The referee deemed it.
But what's the difference as far as
nothing?
What it means on the record or
saying.
history?
Well,
no contest versus DQ.
Exactly. DQ is a loss, No contest means it's like it didn't happen.
Right. Okay.
So
That's the difference.
it's just unfair to one or the other. I don't care which one. Abdul's was ruled a no contest, even though it was an illegal strike or two. John Jones was ruled a DQ, even though it was an illegal strike or two.
Right.
It's all up to the referee.
It's up to the referee.
And that's what I hate about the sport that I love.
Well, so Matt Hamill's responded and says, I know Dana wants to protect your record. I know Dana is involved in this whole changing of the regulation. Your thoughts on Matt Hamill telling John Jones that he'll fight him now, currently, that he beat him once, he'll beat him again.
No, I mean, that's hyperbole, but he would get destroyed by John
Absolutely.
Jones. And don't forget, he's older now.
And now 12 to 6 is legal. So
now John's
you
really
won't be able to recognize Matt Hamill after the fight.
Oh, stop.
Oh, stop.
What do you mean?
He won't hear the trash talking. Like, it's not going to bother him. He's not going to lose focus. I think Matt Hamill wins twice and beats your GOAT 2 times. Double it up. It's hammer time times 2. Too legit to quit.
If it's
languages,
if it's hammer time,
but
Matt Hamill, my friend, with the help of the hammer, Mark Coleman, still doesn't beat John Jones.
Exactly.
Well, what about if
now the hammer may help Stipe because he's going to be in his corner.
Pain in the nails help the Astros steal signals from the outfield. Right? Isn't that what catchers do? They paint the nails and gives them a sign across the octagon. I can help Hamill. I'll call in signals from the sideline. We're going to run it back.
You know what? It's funny. It would be a novelty, of course, but no, there's no way Matt Hamill has a chance.
It would never happen.
It would never happen, of course.
It would never get sanctioned.
No. Unless they go to an Indian reservation.
John Jones just lost to TSA. I mean, he just lost in the airport last week. I mean, he's not going to beat
The beauty part of his stupidity is it's break time. This is Knockout Radio coming to you live from the Cool Breeze AC broadcast facility. We'll be right back.
Hey, it's Sebastian Bourdais, 2-time Firestone Grand Prix winner, driver of the Honda number 18.